In its recent quarterly report, AMD flagged growing risks in its business stemming from competition and market dynamics. One of the standout concerns, the partnership between Intel Corporation and NVIDIA Corporation, is explicitly called out. According to AMD, the Intel-NVIDIA collaboration, announced in mid-September, presents both economic and strategic threats. AMD states that if Intel and NVIDIA are successful in developing a SoC system on chip that blends Intel's CPU skills and NVIDIA's GPU prowess, it could erode AMD's advantage in areas like APUs, accelerated processing units, used, for example, in handheld gaming consoles. Additionally, AMD cites aggressive competitive behavior from its rivals. Intel is accused of using its dominant microprocessor position to price aggressively and offer special incentives to its channel partners, which AMD argues could reduce AMD's unit sales and average selling prices. NVIDIA is pointed to as using its strong position in the data center GPU market, large resources, and proprietary software ecosystem to influence customers and systems that AMD also competes with. In AMD's words, this partnership may result in increased competition and pricing pressure for our products, which will materially adversely impact our business, financial condition, and margins. Why this matters. Strategic implications. The Intel-NVIDIA tie-up is more than just a friendly cooperation. For AMD, it raises the specter of two-front assault. Intel's traditional strength in CPUs and its fab/manufacturing capability plus NVIDIA's dominance in GPUs and AI accelerators. If they combine effectively, they could create integrated platforms that challenge AMD on multiple fronts: client CPUs, APUs, data center accelerators. AMD believes such a scenario could shrink its addressable market or force it into tougher pricing and margin pressure. When dominant players engage in aggressive pricing, special channel deals, or ecosystem leverage, like bundling software/hardware, they can force smaller competitors into reactive stances, lowering margins, reducing ASPs, average selling prices, or spending more on promotion to keep share. AMD explicitly points this out in the report. Market dynamics. The semiconductor and computing platform markets are evolving rapidly. AI, data centers, gaming, edge computing, consoles, handhelds, etc. In such a dynamic environment, advantage can shift quickly, and partnerships among major players may accelerate that. AMD is acknowledging this risk publicly, which signals to investors and the market that although it remains competitive, it sees meaningful threats. What it means for AMD? By flagging these risks, AMD is managing both market expectations and its strategic posture. Some takeaways. AMD is aware that its lead in certain segments may be time-limited if the Intel-NVIDIA combo executes well. It may need to invest more aggressively, R&D, marketing, pricing, to maintain its positions, which could squeeze margins or affect near-term profitability. The public acknowledgement of risk suggests AMD is preparing for a tougher competitive cycle, which could benefit consumers, more competition equals better pricing, but could challenge AMD's growth and margin roadmap. Broader implications for the industry. For consumers and enterprise buyers, increased competitive pressure often translates into better pricing, more innovation, and faster product refreshes. For the ecosystem, a tighter competitive race among the major players, Intel, NVIDIA, AMD, can accelerate adoption of new architectures, heterogeneous compute, CPU plus GPU plus AI accelerators, and alternative supply chain strategies. For smaller players, a stronger alliance between large incumbents means those smaller players may face bigger hurdles in gaining share or commanding premium pricing. For investors, AMD's public risk disclosure might be taken as a sign of cautious optimism. The company is confident enough to compete, but realistic about the headwinds. Market watchers may interpret this as a signal that AMD expects a more challenging near term than previously anticipated. Conclusion: AMD's quarterly report is not just a routine cautionary statement. It's a clear signal that the company views the Intel-NVIDIA partnership as a material competitive threat. By calling out both the alliance and the aggressive practices of its rivals, AMD is painting a picture of the battlefield ahead. More intense competition, downward pressure on pricing and margins, and the need to stay nimble and innovative. For stakeholders, consumers, businesses, investors, it's a moment to watch closely. The chips, literally and figuratively, are in motion,